Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Philip Foster, and this is Maximum Change TV. I wanted to take a moment to follow up on a blab that I did recently regarding Uber and the lawsuit that's going on. And I was pretty hard on Uber about, this idea of suing that the people that were doing the Uber were suing them. And so I wanted to take a minute and just follow up on that blab that I did. And I just wanted to say this. In essence, freelancers and consultants are people too. Now, what I mean by this is that if you're an organization that's going to engage freelancers or consultants, you have to understand that they are independents. They are independent for a reason. Now, you need to treat them accordingly. Now, here is why I am reaching out to the businesses and telling them freelancers and consultants are people too. If we do not self-manage ourselves here, if we do not self-monitor, we are going to fall under pretty harsh and strict labor rules by the Labor Department. Now, I am a small government conservative, and I don't try to hide that at all. However, I want to say that I think it's the responsibility of business owners to monitor themselves and police themselves first and foremost. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen, and people are going to take advantage of individuals. I would say to those of you out there that are freelancers and consultants, you have the right to negotiate your contract. If someone comes to you and says, here's our standard contract, sign it, and you read it and don't like something in it, tell them, I do not like clause 7 of page 17 or whatever the case may be. You have the power as a freelancer and a consultant to do that. Now you might say, well, wait a minute, I might lose this gig. Well, let me ask you this question as a consultant or freelancer. Is it better to lose a couple of dollars than to be a slave to a contract you don't agree with? Now, I'll go back to Uber for a minute. Again, I was hard on the drivers, and I said, you knew going into this that you were going to fall under freelancing because now they're saying that Uber treats them like employees. Well, you knew going into it that you had an agreement, and you knew what that agreement said. Now, I'm not trying to belabor this. I'm just simply saying that you have the right to say, no, I don't want this agreement. That doesn't mean that you're going to continue on as a contractor for them or a freelancer. They may move on and say, fine, we'll find someone else that wants to do this. The bottom line, ladies and gentlemen out there that are running organizations that hire freelancers and consultants, by the year 2025, half of your employees are estimated to be in that category of freelancer and consultant. That means that by the year 2025, we're going to see the Labor Department sit up and say, wait a minute, what's going on here? We need to redefine what employee is and whether or not you can hire freelancers or consultants. The bottom line is we need to treat these individuals as people. There should be no difference between a freelancer consultant and your full-time employee as far as how you treat them, how you interact with them, how you speak to them, how you provide them with labor opportunities. Now, you need to have strict, clear communication with your freelancers and consultants to tell them what you expect from them. And I'm going to tell you this. I recently had an issue with a organization that I do business with. They actually distribute some of my intellectual property, and they did something that I did not agree with. And I went back to them and I said, listen, if you don't hold up to your end of the bargain, I'm going to pull my IP out, my intellectual property out, and go do something else. Well, of course, that worried them. They wanted to keep my information in their catalog, if you will. And so now I've gone back to them and said, fine, we are happy to do business with you, but we're going to renegotiate our contract. So freelancer, consultant, you have the power to go back and say, listen, I've provided you with a good product or service, and I would like you to renegotiate my contract. If you don't, I'll go find someone else that wants my intellectual property, my skills, my abilities. we're entering a time frame where it is going to be very difficult not to find someone that's a freelancer or consultant. So we have to treat these individuals as if they are our best employees, because they're going to be the majority of our employees at some point. By the year 2045, we anticipate less than 30% of the working population will be in full-time work. That means that the remainder of the people you hire are going to be freelancers and consultants. So we have to treat them like people. That means that we're going to have to change the way we approach contractual agreements, how we engage this new human capital that are consultants and freelancers. And we have to treat them fairly. And oh, by the way, freelancers and consultants, you have to be a lot more wise about the contracts you enter into and be ready to stand your ground. This may mean that you'll lose a few contracts. That's not to say that you have to argue infinitum all the little points of the contract. There are some things you just have to live with. But if you don't agree with something, you can stand up and say, I've had enough. So anyhow, that's all I have really for this point. Please treat your freelancers and your consultants like people too. That's all I have. Please follow us on Facebook under Maximum Change. You can go to our website at MaximumChange.com. You can follow us on Twitter at Maximum Change. This video will also appear on YouTube, so you can check us out on our YouTube channel at Maximum Change TV. So happy you're here, and we look forward to seeing you again in the future. Have a great day.